Well, is there a more beautiful flower? The hibiscus. I mean, it just takes you straight to a tropical island every time you see the bloom, and not to mention the colors. This is a 4-pack. 4 different hibiscus plants are going to be arriving at your home when it's the appropriate time for you to plant them. And what I love about hibiscus is that it is one of the hardiest flowers out there. You cannot not let this grow. It is just so hardy, and it's a perennial. So year after year, even during the winter, it may look dormant, but that's all it is. It's not dead. It'll come back in full bloom every single year. And it's the biggest treat to see these florals just do their magic. And you can shape hibiscus in whatever, if you want them rounded or squared, if you want them to crawl up the vine. I've done that in my backyard. I'm a big hibiscus girl, so I am thrilled to be here with this one today. I'm gonna share with you that this is how they come, and we'll share with you how they come and when they arrive, because it's based on where you live and what region or zone you live in. This is 2, but you're getting 4. This is a $85 savings on what you're getting to be able to put into pots. If you'd like pots, we've got them on the screen for you. A couple different styles and colors are available. Or if you want to put them in the ground, in the backyard, in a garden, maybe, you know, in front of the house, it's absolutely up to you, but you will marvel at their beauty. You're getting 4 different colors and 4 different types, and I'll share with you what exactly that sounds like. You're beginning to get red, rose, swirl, and white. You're getting this fantastic little brochure or booklet that helps you understand how to plant it, where to plant it, how much sun, how much water. But I tell you, if you wanted a green thumb, but you really don't think you can do it, you can do it with the hibiscus from Leaf and Petal. It is such a wonderful day to make this available with free shipping right to your door. And you know what? We're gonna tell you exactly what you need to do when they get there with our special guest and master gardener, Rochelle Grayer, who is joining us today on this big celebration, anticipating the new season. Rochelle, welcome and congrats. Already over 13,000 are gone today.
Yeah, crazy. But I'm not surprised, because this is a really, really great plant. And, you know, everybody has loved the hibiscus in the past. We had the bigger ones before, and that's what's really great about this one is even if you bought those and you still have some space, there's a good reason to get these as well. First of all the colors go together. They go with each other. They go with the other hibiscus. But these are just a little bit smaller. So if you hesitated on some of the other hibiscus that are much bigger, they get 5, 6 feet tall. These ones are only going to get 2 to 3 feet tall in each direction, which just makes them a whole lot more flexible for, you know, where you can put them. Whereas those kind of have to be at the back of the border or in a bigger space. These can be a container plant. These can be in the middle of a border. They can even be kind of a small hedge along, you know, say a walkway or something like that. They really can hold their own, you know, no matter where you put them. They don't have quite as big a flower. They're the fully 8 inches, so they're bigger than our tropical hibiscus. They're sort of the mid-size, but they're still a 60-mile-an-hour plant. You know, somebody's driving by your house, they are not going to miss these. They are a real standout plant. Don't plant them if you don't like to get a little attention for your garden, right?
Yeah, they're head turners.
Like
they really are.
Don't take these.
The blooms are just, they're so magnificent. You know, the size of the blooms, the colors, not to mention the gorgeous green foliage that really helps pop each color. And you do get the variety. You're not gonna get all one color. You get the white, you get the pink, you get the red, you get the swirl. So 4 pots, or plants rather, that come like this. And Rochelle, oh, by the way, if you're looking for some great plant food, I recommend the Leaf and Petal food. This is available. We'll share the info with you on the screen as well. But let me ask you, Rochelle, to explain how it works in terms of when people will get theirs, because it doesn't just ship automatically to the colder regions yet.
Not yet. So I'm up here in Boston. If you're up here or nearby, you know, it's still kind of chilly, even though it's a little bit sunny out today. We can still get those cold snaps. And so we don't want to ship anything to you that's going to get damaged because it's too early to plant. So we're taking all that guesswork out of the equation for you. If you find yourself on this map where whatever color, and just cross-reference over to the side, that's the shipping date. And the reason we do that is because we just want you to know when you get it, is when you should plant it. So you don't have to question. If you buy now and you're up here in Boston or wherever, you're not going to get it right away. You're going to get it when you should plant. So you can order, it's like a pre-order thing, and you know, it's done. Then you know when it arrives, put it in the ground, put it in a container, whichever you choose. I like both. These are going to be hardy all the way up to the north of the country, the lower 48, that is. So you don't have to worry about, you know, whether or not they'll come back year in and year out. These are hardy. That's what we mean by that. Hardy hibiscus. They're actually native to North America, which is part of the reason why they're so well suited for our gardens. They're plants that would grow in the wild in kind of swampy areas. That's what their native habitat is. So in your garden, you may want to try and recreate that to some extent. If you have a wet area, this is a really great problem solver plant. A lot of plants don't like to have their feet wet. These do. And if you want to plant them somewhere else, just make sure you're watering them regularly. It's the water that's going to get you that big fireworks display of, you know, big, beautiful flowers all throughout the season.
Yeah, the blooms are just, they're prolific. Look at the size. And they're just, they really are hardy. I mean, I've had hibiscus in my yard for years, and I have not got the greenest thumb. I want to think I do, but I also don't want to sit and tend and prune and, you know, clip, and I just want to let it do its thing. All I do is if a flower becomes, you know, a little less than perfect, you just kind of snip that off, and then a new bloom will come in its place. They're absolutely amazing. I fell in love with these when I went to Jamaica for the first time in like 35 years ago. And I'm like, whatever that is, I want to recreate it. And they work so beautifully. And they bloom from, you know, midsummer all the way to your first frosts of the late fall.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's nice about these. A lot of things that we love to have in our gardens are spring and early summer bloomers. You know, there's always a big and easy show that happens in most gardens in those time periods. But then when that heat of the summer time period comes, a lot of plants either don't bloom then, or they really can even start to struggle and look a little bit scraggly just because the heat really kind of gets to them. It gets to all of us, right? Some plants, though, the hibiscus specifically, really like that. And so, you know, they're going to be the ones that are going to pick up the mantle as the rest of your garden is kind of like, and be the real pretty thing that keeps your garden looking, you know, gorgeous all summer long, giving you blooms all summer long, also giving the pollinators and the bees and butterflies something to, you know, come to and get their pollen from and all of that. So, you know, it really is a helper plant in a lot of ways, because, you know, this is not, it's not one of those things you're going to see in the garden center either. Again, but just because of the time of year that it blooms, garden centers stock things that are in bloom. So we don't tend to plant in that heat of the summer. So it's hard to find these because that's when they're going to look like this. We've forced these in advance for you so you can see what they look like when they get mature. This is a great time to buy something like this because you honestly just can't. I've never seen them in a garden center up here in Boston, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably
it's like
not.
tropical beauty. It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, I see them in my area because, you know, I'm in this very, very southern part of the country, but wherever you are. I remember I gave my mom a hibiscus plant one year for Mother's Day, and it was like her favorite thing. It was more of a tree. Loved it. And she, I mean, every single day. And she moved it indoors during the winter, by the way, because she put it in a pot like this. We do have these pots available if you're looking for potted flowers. That's one option, or you can plant them straight in the ground. They generally grow to be about 2 feet by 2 feet, but you can kind of shape them. That's what I've done in my backyard. And by the way, if you're just tuning in, I know you're looking at this going, wait, I don't know, because they're all so pretty. You don't have to choose which color because you get all 4 of them. You get all 4 of them, and this savings is over $80 compared to if you go to your garden center and you can find something this magnificent, and not to mention the convenience of it just arriving at your door when it's the proper time to plant it. Not a dime to charge or to ship because that's free, that's on us. It's only today though. The other thing I love, Rochelle, about the hibiscus, the Luna hibiscus in particular, is that they attract butterflies. That, you know, to me, butterflies are my like favorite thing. It's the real reason I put them in my backyard. There's nothing prettier than seeing them float around and land on a flower and then move to the next. They're so magnificent, and they are very heat tolerant too.
Yes, yes. I love them for the hummingbirds. Hummingbirds love them too. If you're a person who, a lot of people will say to me, I don't think I have hummingbirds where I live. I bet you do. You're just not drawing them into your garden. They are actually in most places, and it's definitely a matter of if you feed them, they will come. So, plant something for them. We've had a few other things on today too that are great for all of the pollinators and the hummingbirds. So, if you're looking to create a beautiful pollinator garden, today is absolutely your day, between the hibiscus and the butterfly bush and the butterfly mint and all these other gorgeous things. That all, quite frankly, I just want to say they all go together. We did that on purpose. So if you want to mix and match, you've got options. But this, you're going to get these 4 colors. I personally am someone who likes to plant a few of the same color together. These are going to get about 2 to 3 feet by 2 to 3 feet. So if you're thinking about your space, maybe you want to order a couple of them. You can share them with friends, give them as gifts. But that way, if you wanted to have a big patch of white or pink or the lavender, you can really mix and match and kind of get an even bigger impact. And at this price, I mean, honestly, it's like insane how
I know it's
great these are.
It's almost like you're buying one and getting 3 for free. It's just an awesome, awesome value. And the plant itself is just stunning. I mean, it's just, it is head turning. You're getting all 4 of them, the white, you're getting the hot pink, you're getting, I love the red, and you're getting one that's more of a striation of the pink into the white. So you can pick and choose once they arrive. They come like this. Believe it or not, this little guy is gonna grow into that big guy. And I love that it is that easy, and they're perennial. This isn't like one and done this season. I hope you enjoyed it, because next year you have to replant and rebuy. It comes back year after year. So don't cut it down. I mean, just let it be dormant for the winter if you're in the cold climates. I do recommend the leaf and petal food, and this is a plant food. I'll let you tell us a little bit more about what's in the formulation, aside from the boron and the copper and all the excellent things that plants need. And I believe this is a 2-pack on the plant food.
Oh, it is. That's a great deal. Yeah, you get 50 of the little pods in each of those plant food jars. And all you do is take the pod. I usually poke my finger through it just to break it open, but the little pod will actually dissolve in the water. Your water will turn purple. And I do it every 2-3 weeks. Water your plants with it. It's 1 pod per gallon. And this is just an all-purpose feeder. So you don't have to worry about whether it's a formulation for just vegetables or just houseplants or anything like that. This is the one and done. It's good for vegetables, houseplants, garden plants, whatever you want. And 50 of them is going to carry you for a very long time. Great so, point. You've got a lot there. One order and you'll be good for probably close to a year at least.
I did say it was a 2-pack, I apologize. It's one of these with 50 of the pods inside. So 50 feedings of just the right amount of everything, brought to us by master gardeners from Leaf and Petal. By the way, you also get a full year warranty on your purchases. So if in a year from now they don't come back for some reason, obviously you've got that peace of mind. But this is just such an exciting today's special. There's nothing better than spring in the air and the colors of the blooms that are going to start coming in, even if you are in Boston or the northern climates, those tulips that naturally burst through the ground once spring officially happens, which is 1 week from now. So you're going to be ready to get out there in the gardens and just enjoy the therapy of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait personally. This sunny day has got me itching to get outside and start picking up those branches and all that. But I'm not quite ready to plant these, but I'm thinking I'm going to put mine in pots now, because I don't know if you guys remember last year we had hibiscus, the different ones. They were like 3 feet tall before we even got them outside. So that was just growth from like, March and April. So they really do. They jump up fast. You're going to get you'll get blooms this year. You're going to have a really something beautiful. If you want to go with a container, I just want to say 12, 16 inches the first year. That's diameter of the container. You might want to upgrade in a future year to an 18-inch or put it out in the garden. They'll fill it out. I'm going to go with a bigger one. I have some 24-inch ones and just mix it with some other things, but they're great container plants.
Thanks for all the tips, Rochelle. We are so looking forward to the beauty and the bounty that is coming to your home soon. Thanks again, Rochelle. Have a great day. We'll see you throughout the day.
You're welcome.
Okay, hon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
You get all 4. I mean, this is what they'll become. They arrive like this, you get 4, and they look like this once they